Okay, so the last bit of chapter 1 of the Civil War. Nihil horum. None of these things were ad pacendis Hispanis for the pacifying of Spain. Nothing ad usum, nothing which would benefit or be used provincia for the province. Provisum just means seeing in advance or taking actions in the future. For the province, none of this would benefit this. And quae, which on account, or propter means because of the due eternum, this is a long time basically, because of the long time of peace which had been in Spain, nullum auxiliary, it didn't need any help, desiderant, it didn't desire or need any help there in Spain. Omnia haec, all these things, yam predem now for some time, parari have been prepared contra se, against me, and in se, and towards me have been constitutui, a novi generis imperia, this new type of imperia, this new type of command structure, was constituted. What have we got here in the lobe? Yep, same thing. So that idem, there's same one person is presiding or in charge of ad portas urbis, to the gates of the city. Rebus induus bellicis provincens absence, and in absence, tot annis for so many years, which obtinibat, which he was holding. There's two very warlike provinces there. In se, again, towards me, the jura, the rights magistratum of magistrates, commutare, have been changed. This is a passive infinitive, and that's a passive infinitive. Nay, so that not from having served a praetorship or a consulship, ut semper as always, but probata, but approved of per porcos, for a few people. So it looks like there used to be a way of doing things. Magistrates used to act with these rights. Praetors and consuls used to be able to go out to the provinces, but now only a select few people are choosing them and electing them and mittenturing and sending them into the provinces. In se, towards me, etiam, even the excusation, it's just an excuse, aetatis of age, has nihil valere, has no strength, doesn't prevail, so this excuse of age doesn't have any power. Cum, when in superior bus bellus, in the earlier wars, probati, these people have been tested. There's a bit of confusion with it in the text, whether it's probati or fracti, which would mean men who are broken, but looks like men who have been tested or served before, e vocenta, are called back to the control of armies, obtiniendos exercitus, and in say, and towards me, uno, one man, this has not been preserved again, that which was datum given to omnibus, imperatibus, to all generals always, semper, so that when felicita, when things have gone well in the rebus gestus, when the things have gone well, either with some honour or certainly sine ignomia, without ignominy or disgrace, when domum revertanta, when he returns home, they dismiss the exercitum, they dismiss the army, basically. Quae, which things, tamen, nevertheless, all these things, omnia things, which I have patiently tulissaed, so say tulissi, I've borne all these things patiently, nevertheless, and laturum, and will do so in future. Let's say future. Neither now is this what I want to do, id agere, that from illis, from you basically, from these people, do I want to abduct them, the exercitum, do I want to take away the army and tenuate it itself, it takes the subjunctive. So I don't want to take away your army and hold it myself, quod, which, tamen, nevertheless, sibi for myself, shall not be difficult to do, but I'm doing it, nay, lest they, you, have it, who, contra se, against me, are able to use it. Proindi. So then, or just as, ut esse dictum, just as has been said, exceederent the province, go out from the province, ex means go out, and dismiss your exercetum. Id this, if factum, if this happens, say myself, I will nocaturum, I will harm in future, nemini, no one. Hank, this is my unum. This is my one and extremum, I believe final conditionem pacis. This is his one and final condition for peace, of peace. 86. Id vero. But this, or moreover this, was per gratum, very gratefully accepted by the militabuses, the soldiers, and was jucundum, so it was pleasant, so that from ipsa signification means an outward hint, from outward signs themselves, which were able to be recognised, so that those who had expectaviscented, that expected aliquid, something incommodi, something nasty you might want to say, justi, according to the justice or whatever you want to call it. Ultro, beyond this, ferent, they were bearing or taking a premium, some reward, missionis, of dismissal. So it doesn't look like they're going to get punished, they're actually going to get rewarded with being dismissed. Nam, for, cum will say when, de loco, from the place and time, inferotur a re controversia. So it'll be a controversial matter that they would have to carry regarding the place and time. So voce, with voice and with hands, universal, from the vallum, from the ramparts, where considerate, where they were standing, they coparent, they began to significa, they began to gesticulate, that ut startim immediately they should be dismissed, the mutarito, and neither should there be interposition, put in any fide omne posse from. So unless something firm is done with fide that they can rely upon, or if it was deferred to another time. So they wanted it done now in this time and place because they weren't sure what would happen unless the fide was given now and the matter was deferred into aliud, into another time. Okay. Porcus, something's a few. Cum esset, when in both parts, both sides, there was a few words, disputatum, there's a bit of a dispute while I was thinking about what was going on. The res, huck, dedicated, the matter led to huck, led to here, so that those who habent, those who had a domicile or possession in Hispania, in Spain, startim, immediately they would be dismissed. And the relique, the rest, would be dismissed ad varum flumen, which would be some type of river. Nequid, lest anything, nocito, should harm eos them, nor should quiz anyone, quiz etc. After ne means anyone, lest anyone invite us unwillingly, should cogitor be forced to decorate the sacrament, to take the sacred oath, to be enrolled again. These things were cavent, or these things were seen over a Caesar, by Caesar. So Caesar took it upon himself to make sure no one was nocatured, no one was harmed, and no one was unwillingly forced to swear and sign up to his army. 87, the last chapter of this book. So Caesar, from eo tempora, from that time, dum while, I've got a subjunctive, so until they came to the flumen var, he pollicatur, he promised, say himself, that he would daturum, he would give in future them grain. So Caesar promised them in that time, until they went to the river Var, that he would give them grain, etc. Added etiam, he added even, ut that, quod what, quisque each one, eorum of them, amisset had lost, in bellum in the war, and quae which sint were pens in the possession of control of milite suos, his own man, to these people who had misered it, those who had lost it, to these things which had misered it, which they had lost, would be restituted. They would be restored if his own men were still having them, or given back to the people who had lost them. Militibus, to the soldiers, equa facta estimation. So it was come up with in a fair estimation of, I guess, what they were having to pay back in the pecunia, the monetary value, pro his rebus, for these things which were given give back, he dissolved it, he paid them out what was equa, what was fair. And postea afterwards, quas cumque, whatever controversias were inter se amongst them, the soldiers, which they had warranted, they had sua sponte, of their own accord, ad Caesar, they came to Caesar, into his rights and law, adherent, they came to him. So Caesar was going to solve whatever disagreements they had as well. Petrus and Afrianus, cum, when the stipendium, when the payment, ab legionis paeni sedition factor. So, when it was demanded by the legions, flagellatum means it was demanded, so the stipendum was demanded, the payment was, there was facta paeni sedition, there was almost a sedition. And Dicaran, looks like Petrus and Afrianus said that the diem, the day of which this money was due, had non dum venisse, it had not yet come. And so Caesar, becoming the nominative after this verb, as he cognoscere it, as he looked into it, he postulated, he demanded that he would get to know what was going on, and utrique eos, and both sides of them, quod statuit, what he decided, contento fuerunt, they were content with. Circita, around, a tertia parte, a third part, exercitus, genitive, of the army, he dismissed her. He dismissed in a biduo, in a 2-day period. And duas regents, 2 legions, suas of his own, to antecedere, to go in front, he usually ordered, and for the reliquis, the remainder to subsequy, to follow. So that non longo, there would not be, interstate between the two of them, a longo spatia, a great space, when they facerented castrum, when they made the camps. And to this negotiator, to this business, he praeficated, he put in charge, in the dative, allegate, his deputy, actually it's not a dative, Q Furfium Calentius, some fellow. Hoc est prescriptio, so as prescribed, from Hispania to the Varum Flumen, to the Varum River, est ita factum, the journey was made, and ibi, and there, the reliqua part, the remaining part, exercitus, dismissere est, was dismissed. And we haven't had a daily dictionary word. Okay, so we had constitui up here, the passive infinitive. And there we go. It's also a first person singular perfect active indicative and the present passive constituo. Place, put, set up, establish, build, erect, military. I line up, deploy, or order. Deliberate, decide, resolve when it's talking about consuls, etc. And nominate, appoint, elect. So you can see what they mean, and they all have synonyms listed here. And that's it for the day.